Hello guys! A Bama recruit has reaffirmed his commitment to the team, did you see? Before the news, subscribe to the channel to receive more news. The world of college football recruiting is a veritable minefield of speculation, especially when it comes to high-profile young talents like Caleb Cunningham. When a player of Cunningham's caliber decides to commit to an elite program like Alabama, the media and fan attention inevitably turns to his every move, generating a constant wave of rumors and speculation. Recently, the rumors surrounding Cunningham, one of the jewels of the Alabama Crimson Tide's 2025 class, reached a new peak. The five-star wide receiver's possible visit to Ole Miss this weekend has sparked a flurry of doubts about the firmness of his commitment to Alabama. Could this visit be a sign that Cunningham is reconsidering his decision? Is Alabama in danger of losing one of the top talents in its upcoming recruiting class? However, Cunningham was quick and blunt in his response, shutting down speculation before it could gain traction. In a post on his social media, he left no room for doubt, using elephant emojis, a clear symbol of his loyalty to Alabama, and reaffirming that nothing has changed. This statement not only reassures Crimson Tide fans, but also shows the maturity and commitment of a young athlete who understands the importance of his word and the choice he has made. For Alabama, Cunningham's public endorsement is more than just a victory on the recruiting trail. It is a testament to the strength and attractiveness of the program under the leadership of DeBoer. Since taking over the Crimson Tide, DeBoer has been relentless in his pursuit of the best talent in the country, and Cunningham's presence in the 2025 class is a clear example of that. Even in the face of enticements from other programs, Alabama's ability to keep its commitments intact is indicative of the confidence these young players have in the project being built in Tuscaloosa. Cunningham is undoubtedly a centerpiece of this class. His ability on the field already ranks him as one of the most promising wide receivers in the country, and his reaffirmation of his commitment is a clear sign that he is fully committed to what the future holds at Alabama. The visit to Ole Miss, as much as it has generated buzz, appears to be just a formality, a part of the process that many high-profile recruits go through. Ultimately, it is Cunningham's word and commitment that matter, and he made it clear that both remain firmly rooted in Alabama. The battle on the field is only part of the equation. Maintaining focus and loyalty amidst the outside distractions is what truly separates the great from the merely talented. Alabama, meanwhile, can continue its preparation for the 2025 season with the confidence that one of its top offensive weapons is firmly committed to the program. And for Crimson Tide fans, the message is clear: Caleb Cunningham is here to stay. And that's a good thing. The Alabama Crimson Tide, one of college football's most iconic programs, is entering a new era with DeBoer. As excited as Crimson Tide fans are at the prospect of a fresh start under DeBoer, the shadow of Nick Saban still looms over Tuscaloosa. It's hard to imagine Bryant-Denny Stadium without Saban's towering figure on the sidelines, commanding his team with the precision and intensity that became synonymous with Alabama's success throughout his storied career. Yet, as we bid Saban farewell as head coach, his influence lives on in every corner of the program. It's not that Alabama fans doubt DeBoer's abilities; in fact, they're confident he's the right man for the job. But the reality is, he's not Nick Saban. No one is. And that's what makes this transition so complex and emotional for everyone involved. The Alabama Crimson Tide is a program where the expectation is not just to win, but to dominate. Nick Saban has implemented this culture of excellence, raising fan expectations to nearly untenable levels. During his tenure, Saban has not only won titles, he has redefined what it means to succeed in college football. Under his leadership, Alabama has become synonymous with national championships, and anything less was considered a failure. Now, with 3 seasons without a national title, the anticipation among fans is starting to grow. The last time Alabama went this long without a championship was from 1992 to 2009. What Saban has accomplished in the wake of that drought has been nothing short of spectacular, leading the Crimson Tide to 6 titles in 17 seasons. The pressure on DeBoer, then, is immense, not just to win, but to continue the tradition of excellence that his predecessors established. But there is something unique about Kalen DeBoer. He doesn't seem to be intimidated by Saban's shadow, and that bodes well for the future of the program. While the college football world is still fixated on Nick Saban's every move, DeBoer is focused on his task, almost quietly, without fanfare but with palpable determination. He understands the responsibility he bears and seems like the ideal choice to guide Alabama to its next phase. College football has undergone significant changes in recent years, perhaps more than in previous decades. And in this ever-evolving landscape, Saban's legacy still stands firm. He has outperformed all comers, leaving legends like Urban Meyer in the dust and keeping others like Dabo Swinney and Kirby Smart in check. Even with Smart winning 2 national championships, Saban's record against his former assistants remains a mark of his greatness. Alabama fans, on the other hand, may need to adjust their expectations. What Saban accomplished was extraordinary, and it would be unreasonable to expect any coach, including DeBoer, to replicate that exact success. However, that doesn't mean the Crimson Tide will stop striving for greatness. Instead, the quest for the next national championship continues, but with the understanding that the road to the top will be, as always, challenging. Jordan Ritter-Kahn, in a recent article, captured the essence of what it is to be an Alabama fan well. He quotes Joe Gaither, who says that fans often steal their own joy by failing to recognize how hard it is to win consistently. The expectation of victory, week after week, has become almost exhausting, where losses are catastrophic and victories are only a temporary relief. That is the shadow that Saban has left, a relentless expectation of success that, while glorious when achieved, can be a difficult thing to do, but I believe that with DeBoer now, the team is on a roll. But DeBoer is still making his way, so let's talk about that. DeBoer had barely landed in Tuscaloosa when he was already working to secure Alabama's future. On a Friday night, shortly after accepting the job, he reached out to Ryan Williams, one of the most sought-after wide receivers in the country. Williams, who had decommitted from Alabama after Saban's retirement, was reconsidering his options. DeBoer's call wasn't just a gesture of goodwill, it was a strategic move to ensure that Alabama would remain a recruiting powerhouse regardless of the changes in leadership. The result? 12 days after the call, Williams recommitted to Alabama, citing DeBoer's vision for the program and his own confidence in the new coach's ability to continue the Crimson Tide's tradition of success. To Williams, Alabama still felt like the right place for him, a place where he could make an immediate impact as a freshman. DeBoer's impact was immediate and effective. As Alabama grappled with uncertainty following Saban's retirement, DeBoer brought new energy without sacrificing continuity. His impressive run as head coach at Washington, where he led the Huskies to a 25-3 record over the past 2 seasons, including a college football playoff semifinal appearance, was a preview of what he could bring to Alabama. DeBoer's success in Washington wasn't lost on recruits like Ryan Williams. Watching DeBoer's offense dominate Texas in the Sugar Bowl, with 2 wide receivers passing for 120 yards, gave Williams a preview of what he could expect in Tuscaloosa. And it was that vision, the promise of a powerful, effective offense, that brought Williams back to the Crimson Tide. DeBoer, 49, brings a different approach than Saban. While Saban was known for his imposing, near-mythical presence, both on the sidelines and in recruits' living rooms, DeBoer adopts a more low-key, approachable style. He doesn't feel the need to emulate his predecessor. Instead, he's focused on being authentic and leading in his own way. This more relaxed, confident style is something that has resonated well with those who have encountered him. Thompson High School head coach Mark Freeman described DeBoer as a nice guy, someone who is good at hiding the pressures of the job and who is clearly up to the challenge. That ability to handle stress and expectations is crucial at a program like Alabama, where the pressure to win is constant. Nick Saban built an unparalleled legacy at Alabama, shaping the program through elite recruiting and developing talent that would become NFL stars like Julio Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, and Bryce Young. Saban was a great guy, attracting the best players in the country and molding them into champions. Replacing such an iconic figure would be a daunting task for any coach, but DeBoer has shown that he is ready for the responsibility. Throughout his career, DeBoer has learned that the key to success is not trying to be someone you're not, but rather leading with authenticity. This lesson, learned from his college coach in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Bob Young, has been instrumental in his approach to coaching. DeBoer understands that while discipline and commitment are essential to any team, there are different ways to achieve success, and he's determined to do it his way at Alabama. The transition from Saban to DeBoer at Alabama is more than just a coaching change, it's a change in philosophy and approach. While Saban will always be remembered as one of the greatest of all time, DeBoer is beginning to build his own legacy. He's not trying to be the next Nick Saban, he's focused on being the first Kalen DeBoer, and so far, he's done it with grace and effectiveness. As I said, he's doing great. So how will Bama fare against Western Kentucky? What are your expectations? As the Alabama Crimson Tide prepare to open their 2024 season against Western Kentucky, a careful analysis reveals that while the Hilltoppers may not be the most formidable opponent on paper, they do have a defense that poses a specific challenge for Jalen Milroe and the Alabama offense. Western Kentucky, known for its high-risk, high-reward defense, could test Milroe's ability to protect the ball and effectively lead the Crimson Tide offense. Western Kentucky's 2023 defense put up underwhelming defensive stats. Ranking 123rd nationally in run defense and 111th in total defense, the Hilltoppers struggled to contain their opponents in several critical areas of the game. However, what they lacked in consistency and solidity, they made up for with an impressive ability to force turnovers. The Hilltoppers' defense finished last season ranked 4th in the nation in forced turnovers, averaging 2.0 per game. That prominence is reflected in the fact that they ranked in the top 10 in interceptions and fumble recoveries, making them a real threat to any offense that underestimates their ability to create game-winning plays. For Jalen Milroe, this will be an intriguing test. The young Alabama quarterback showed remarkable progress in protecting the ball over the course of last season, an area where he initially struggled. In his first 3 career starts, including the infamous game against Texas A&M in 2022, Milroe committed 5 turnovers, a concerning statistic for any quarterback trying to establish himself as a starter. However, he has since managed to significantly reduce his mistakes, recording just 5 turnovers in his subsequent 11 starts. That growth has been a positive sign for the coaching staff and Alabama fans, suggesting that Milroe is learning to balance aggression with care. The matchup against Western Kentucky, then, provides a perfect opportunity for Milroe to continue demonstrating this evolution. The Hilltoppers' defense, while fragile in many ways, has the talent and guile to exploit momentary lapses in concentration and turn small mistakes into big disadvantages. For Milroe, the challenge will be to navigate this aggressive defense without falling into the trap of becoming overly conservative, a balance that will be crucial to Alabama's success both in this game and throughout the season. The new array of weapons at Milroe's disposal also adds a layer of complexity to the challenge. Integrating new talent into the offense while facing a defense that thrives on turnovers can be a tricky task, but it is also an opportunity for Milroe to show that he can lead with confidence and efficiency no matter the circumstances. He will need to make quick reads and smart decisions while avoiding mistakes that could easily turn into turnovers against an opportunistic defense like Western Kentucky's. Furthermore, this game will serve as an indication of how Kalen DeBoer's new offensive philosophy is taking hold. If Milroe can successfully navigate this first test, keeping the ball safe and moving the chain consistently, it will bode well for the rest of the season. On the other hand, any difficulty handling the Hilltoppers' pressure could signal areas that need refinement before Alabama faces tougher opponents. The biggest challenge for Alabama in this game will not be the overall quality of Western Kentucky's defense, but rather its ability to turn small mistakes into big opportunities. For Milroe, and Alabama as a whole, this matchup is a chance to start the season strong, demonstrating that even against a defense that can wreak havoc, they have the discipline and talent to prevail. And recruiting isn't over. The Alabama Crimson Tide are entering the 2024 season with a renewed focus on the future, and one of the key pieces of evidence of that commitment is the visit of elite four-star running back Xavier Crowell to campus this weekend. With the opener against Western Kentucky at home, Alabama is not only focused on the present, but is also strategically investing in the future of the program. Xavier Crowell, still just a sophomore at Jackson High School, is already widely considered one of the top running back prospects in the country for the 2027 class. His presence in Tuscaloosa during the first game of the season is a clear sign that Alabama is aiming high to ensure that its future in the backfield remains elite. Crowell's stats for the 2023 season are impressive, especially considering his age. He has amassed 1,737 rushing yards and scored 25 touchdowns on just 166 carries, averaging over 10 yards per attempt. In addition to his running ability, Crowell showed versatility by catching 11 passes for 212 yards and scoring 5 additional touchdowns, demonstrating that he is a threat on both the ground and through the air. Crowell's presence this weekend is significant not only because he is a standout talent, but because the competition for his signature will be fierce. With offers from elite programs like Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, and many others, Alabama knows it needs to stand out not only on the field, but also in the way it welcomes and attracts young talent like Crowell. The visit provides an opportunity for Alabama to showcase what makes it a preferred destination for the nation's best players, a combination of tradition, sustained success, and an environment where athletes can grow and thrive both on and off the field. This weekend will be crucial for Alabama in establishing a connection with Crowell and his family, showing how much he would be valued and utilized in the Crimson Tide's offensive scheme. Alabama's offense has a long history of producing elite running backs, and the chance for Crowell to join the tradition is certainly a selling point that the coaching staff will explore. With the season just beginning, Crowell's visit could be a prelude to great things to come for Alabama's recruiting program. Securing a commitment from a talent like Xavier Crowell would be a welcome win and another key piece in building a recruiting class that promises to keep Alabama at the top of college football for years to come. For Crowell, the visit is not only an opportunity to watch Alabama's opening game, but also a chance to get a glimpse of the environment that could become his home for years to come. If all goes as planned, this weekend could be the beginning of a fruitful relationship between Xavier Crowell and the Alabama Crimson Tide, a great partnership. Let's get moving. Ryan Williams, the Alabama Crimson Tide's freshman wide receiver, is already creating significant buzz for this team. Even at just 17 years old, Williams has emerged as one of the most promising and highly rated recruits in the country, bringing with him a combination of raw talent, determination, and an impressive track record of high school accomplishments. Here are 3 essential things Alabama fans need to know about this young talent. 1. Ryan Williams' commitment journey to Alabama football. Ryan Williams' history with the Alabama Crimson Tide has been marked by a cycle of commitment, decommitment, and recommitment. In October 2022, during his sophomore year of high school, Williams initially committed to Alabama, a decision that seemed to cement his future with Nick Saban's program. However, Saban's retirement in January 2024 brought uncertainty, leading Williams to re-evaluate his options and eventually decommit from the Crimson Tide. During this time, he seriously considered other options, including visits to Texas A&M and Alabama itself, before ultimately canceling a visit to Texas. On January 24, 2024, Williams made the decision to recommit to Alabama, solidifying his position as a top member of the 2024 recruiting class, which was ranked as the second best in the country by the 247 Sports Composite. Nationally, Williams was ranked as Alabama's number 8 overall recruit, number 3 wide receiver, and number 2 player. 2. First-time Alabama Mr. Football champion. Ryan Williams has already made an indelible mark on Alabama football by becoming the first player to win the Alabama Sports Writers Association's prestigious Mr. Football award back-to-back. He first earned the award after his sophomore year at Saraland High School, where he led the Spartans to the 2022 Class 6A state title. That season, he posted impressive numbers, including 72 receptions for 1,324 yards and 19 touchdowns. In the state championship game, Williams demonstrated his versatility by racking up 343 all-purpose yards and scoring 4 touchdowns. Although the Spartans didn't repeat that success in 2023, narrowly losing to Clay Chalkville in the finals, Williams continued to shine, scoring 4 more touchdowns and cementing his reputation as one of the most dominant players in the state. 3. Ryan Williams reclassifies to the class of 2024. Originally part of the class of 2025, Ryan Williams made the bold decision to reclassify to the class of 2024, moving his path to the University of Alabama forward by a year. This reclassification occurred shortly after the 2023 state championship game and was a strategic move that allowed Williams to graduate from Saraland in May and join Alabama for fall preseason camp. As the youngest member of the team at just 17 years old, Williams is facing a unique challenge, but his exceptional skill set and impressive maturity suggest he is more than ready to contribute immediately to the Crimson Tide. His youth should not be viewed as a hindrance, but rather as an opportunity for Alabama to develop a talent who could become a central piece of the offense for years to come. Ryan Williams may be young, but his impact is already being felt in Tuscaloosa. And does he have the confidence of our coach DeBoer? Absolutely, and this guy is going to be a standout. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.